Be afraid. Be very afraid.
The cardigan game in this movie is on point. It's like a cardigan robe.
Yeah, it is. He wears it with such class, like it never leaves him. They made it a point to make sure a cardigan can always fit Ethan Hawke the entire movie.
It's true.
I mean,
It's true.
And he's dapper. He's dapper.
Well, it's that and like the bottle of bourbon or whatever he's carrying around the whole time
Yeah.
too.
he's a writer. He has to have alcohol and a cardigan.
It's a big stereotype. Yeah, I remember watching the movie
Yeah.
being like, that's very Beat Generation of them. And that's very Carolyn.
I've tried it. It doesn't work on my
So
end.
it's-
when
yeah.
writing.
I don't think you're supposed to be
It's like,
drunk while writing. I think you're supposed to be hungover while writing to be, you know, the
What was it?
struggling artist that's being weighed down by your own trauma and your genius.
I think it was Ernest Hemingway or S.E. Hinton who said it. Said, drink first, then write, and then fix it up sober.
And fix it up sober. I mean, okay. Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that's why The Old Man and the Sea is what it is if he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I hate that book.
That's why I mentioned it.
What's wrong with it?
Number one, yeah,
It's an old man in the sea.
man in the sea. Number two, they forced me to read it. If you force me to read something, forget it.
Oh, I love the epic struggle stuff. I love Frost poems about just struggling against nature and ultimately losing. And I love The Old Man of the Sea. It's like, look, everything's going to be okay. He's going to be able to eat again. And no, just rips through his freaking hands and the sharks get the fish.
It's the overhype. It's the overhype and the comparing of Gatsby.
Oh, yeah, it's like watching.
When they compare it, yeah, I'm like, no, there's a difference right
Like
here.
watching paint
There's a
dry,
big
reading
difference.
that. It's the hard part about teaching Dickens, too. I mean, this is a podcast about the movie Sinister, everybody. Sorry. But it's so difficult because Victorian English and stuff is so verbose. And our kids are used to like TikToks and text speak and emojis. So nobody can handle like David Copperfield or the Grapes of Wrath, even as for American lit and stuff. But I digress.
They handle A Tale of Two Cities.
I
pretty
love
well.
that book so much.
I will say
if you
that.
haven't read A Tale of Two Cities, guys out there in the world and gals out there in the world, it is one of the best endings to any story ever, 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 ever.
Or the easy ways to watch The Dark Knight
That
Rises.
works too because it is the same story. The Nolan brothers wrote the scripts completely mirroring the plot of A Tale of Two Cities. And now we're going to move on to Sinister, which is an amazing movie with a great moving plot.
Ethan Hawke plays Ellison Oswalt, who is now a true crime writer. He was originally a fiction writer and a textbook author, as well as a college professor, it seems, who goes into true crime, and it leads him to Chatford, Pennsylvania, which, I'll be honest, it took me years to watch this film, and because of the podcast and everything, I'm so happy I watched
We've been
it.
bullying you
It's so
for
good. You
20
have.
episodes to watch the damn movie. I tell you about this movie all the time. I'm like, I love it.
It exclusively made the calendar to make you watch it.
I'm fine with it. It's on my Christmas
No,
list.
it
Santa,
gets
please deliver it to me in
conflated with
4K.
Insidious all the time. People think it's the same movie at times. It came out around the same era, right? I think it did. I mean, a couple of years after
Yeah.
Insidious.
I think Insidious was 2010.
Yeah, give or take. So
Believe.
Insidious and Insidious and what's the other one that everybody thinks are the same with the Warrens?
Conjuring.
Or the same actor.
Oh,
Yeah,
Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Everybody thinks those are the same movies. And then Sinister is kind of in the orbit of that later on. But Sinister is just a much better film.
Mhm.
Much better horror movie.
Yes. More thrilling, too. I was on the edge of my seat. But the thing is, I feel like I've jumped more with Insidious. With Sinister, I jumped a couple times. But I was so glued to the plot and the acting and the story that it just makes you like go, this is really happening as we get into it. And then you're like,
Mhm.
crap at the end.
Yeah.
I was so drawn into it more than the scares, to be honest, which is a good thing, too, I think, for a film.
Heavy spoilers coming, everybody. But
Oh,
the
damn
stuff with the
straight.
kids is usually where I gripe with movies. Sinister didn't bother me. I didn't feel like he was using the kids as a crutch or anything. It didn't feel like that's where the scares came from or where they were pulling the heartstrings there. But maybe it's because I watched it 10 years before I had kids, give or take.
Mhm.
No, not 10 years,
No.
like 6, 7 years before I had kids.
Yeah,
Could
could be. I can't tell you.
You couldn't tell me. Hey, how do you pronounce the demon's name? Blehiblet?
Bagul.
Behiblet?
Babalu?
Bagul. It's a
Bagul?
Bagul. So is that a real I'm a big
Bagul.
theology guy and myth guy, and I've never heard of a Bagul before.
I think it was made up for the movie.
Okay, so they were like, it's a
I-
Sumerian monster
Yeah.
that lives in photographs. Yeah.
I feel like they took a lot of traditions and
Yeah.
blended it all into one. The face is very like it's mixed. It's mixed with
Mhm.
Pazuzu. It's mixed with a couple other
But-
I feel demons. They
Like,
just
like
picked
it's
and
a
chose.
facial type that works for this kind of movie. Like the mask in
Yes.
Halloween works because you have him like in the shadows and the light picks up the mask and that's what all you see of him for a long time.
An
Yeah.
interesting thing. I never thought about it like that, actually. That like working because of being in the lighting and
Yes.
stuff.
The idea of him being the shape.
Yeah.
And you can even put it in here where Mr. Boogie. I'll
Mr.
call him
Boogie.
Mr. Boogie because I like Mr. Boogie. When they do like the pictures when Ethan Hawke is like looking into it and he's looking into Mr. Boogie and the deaths of this family and other families eventually, you see his silhouette and him in the pictures and the reflections, and it's just so subtle. And that's what they feel with the sequel
Yeah.
because you want him to be
Mhm.
such a mystery. And they do it so well, and then it's like having him out in the light.
Mhm.
It doesn't work. For Michael Myers, yes, because you make him you normalize him. Mr. Boogie is a demon. You can't really
Yeah.
normalize a demon, you know.
Mr. Boogie.
Well,
Mr. Boogie.
I think we'll get into some of the problems with the sequel a little bit later on, but I have a game for you guys.
A game.
A game.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay.
Is it a mass game? Oh,
Aw.
It's a
son of
blind
bitch.
rank with
this sounds
Yeah, Ryan loves these.
demons. You're gonna have to guess the theme.
yes.
And
okay.
I'm gonna say
Oh, we've
order
done
the
this
way I've
before.
ordered this. It's gonna be really important to guess the theme pretty early.
Okay. Okay. Don't give him any help because he got the theme so fast the last 2 times. I think I got the one
I
before
don't
that.
think he will get it on the first one.
Whoa.
Right? Yeah,
It's a hiney right there.
that No.
Revenge. Okay.
So 1 to 5, where do we
5.
have I Spit on Your Grave? And the little bit of trivia I'll throw out about this poster. Do you know who that is?
That
is
is
not
Brooke
Brooke
Shields.
Carmen Electra.
Not
I know
Brooke
that
Shields.
hiney anywhere.
Oh, it is Demi Moore.
Really?
Demi Moore.
They just
I
got
was-
her in for the
I was just
poster?
reading about
Only
her.
the poster.
They were like, who's got a great ass in Hollywood? You know what? Get me on the phone.
Demi Moore.
You want to make $35K to me? Wow.
Yep.
Sergeant Jane. Private
I
Jane?
believe-
Sergeant Jane?
GI. The movie
Private
was
Jane,
GI
right?
Jane.
Yeah,
She was,
yeah,
pri-
she was
yeah,
in
she
there,
was
right,
probably a private part.
She was.
Actually, enjoy.
That was a little indecent proposal
Yeah,
right
oh.
there.
It did have some substance
Oh.
behind it.
Ooh. Yeah. What's the one with her and Mike Douglas
Oh,
where she raped him?
Oh,
Disclosure.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking. Yes.
Do that one next.
In full
Well,
All right, anyway,
disclosure, where do
we're
you guys
talking-
rank I Spit on Your Grave without having an idea of what's going to come next?
Or what the theme
if
is.
this is
This
the
is
original,
the original.
all right, I'm gonna put it safely at 3. I don't know what else you're gonna put on, but that is a
All right.
3 for me.
It's a good movie. I like
Yes, it
these
is.
kinds of movies. They had like the Jodie Foster version of this 20 years ago too. I'm
Yes.
flirting with 2, but I know John's an absolutely insidious when it comes to this stuff. So I'm gonna go with 4. I
Four.
Spit on Your Grave. I'm gonna go the other way. I know it seems sacrilegious, but I have a feeling he's got something in store for us.
Next, Misery.
Crazy women.
Captured and coming back from the grave.
Not
Well, they didn't.
not
well,
crazy women. And what did you say, Ryan?
coming back from the
Not
grave.
coming back from the grave.
All right, this is capture.
All right.
This is women serial killers. Well, she's technically a serial killer.
It is not women serial killers.
Killed in
It is
your own
not
home.
killed in your own
He
home.
doesn't get killed in his own home, though. Oh, she does, I suppose. Spoiler alert for Misery.
That's a
I'm glad I
That's a
didn't
good
pick
guess.
3 because I'm gonna use Misery right here for 3.
right.
I'll put
And
Misery
I
at
do
4.
like Misery a lot, but it's a tough watch these days. It's a tough hang. It's like the long shot of the snow outside for the 15th time in the movie, and then she's like, cock-a-doodle-doody. Like, all right, Annie Wilkes, relax.
Listen, she just wanted to serve him breakfast in bed, ankles intact.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like,
That's
for this
alright.
poster, her left hand was massaging his big toe there? I think that would add something to it. Ooh, look at the skulls. I've never
Yeah.
noticed that.
Look,
There's a.
No, this must be a new render.
This is
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think this is from the cover of the Shout or Scream Factory release.
I was gonna say, Scream Factory does awesome
on your-
covers when they go into detail. We were talking about that Friday
Yeah.
13th box set, and that is
What about the killing? What
Beautiful
about
art.
the weapons or the items? The hammer, the knife. Is this movies where people? No, okay.
Now, next,
Mhm. Oh, they're all Stephen King projects.
Spit on Your Grave isn't.
Crap.
He should lose points for that. He should lose points from previous episodes
minus
You were,
one.
you were like quick
Ryan.
draw McGraw right there. You're
Minus
because I knew what
one.
you were gonna say, and then I was gonna unalive myself if I missed it.
I
again.
purposely ordered them so that you wouldn't make that guess.
He did it anyway.
I know. Spit on Your Grave. He could have
Let me
liked
see.
it though.
12.
I'm gonna if this is the original
It's
Salem's
the
Lot.
original. The original
Ah.
TV movie.
I'm gonna. We have two
We have
more
two
after
more
this,
after
right?
this.
You know what? I'm gonna put it at number 1 because I really
Oh,
love the
boy.
miniseries, the original, especially after reading the book. This is like the only true like adaptation of Salem's Lot that
Is
gets
this
it
like
down.
being cut off from
to a point.
society, kind of?
It's a nice
Like,
guess.
I Spit on Your Grave really is
It's
that.
a nice guess, but
That's a
it's
great
not.
guess.
Or what does Barlow and Salem's Lot have to do with Annie Wilkes? Now I'm wondering if this is producers and stuff.
Under control by a presence, because you're
Nope.
no.
Not I Spit on Your Grave, right?
Man.
She wasn't. And Annie Wilkes is just crazy.
Annie Wilkes is controlled.
Although they
by
turn her into
wanting to be in.
an anti-hero at worst and a hero at best in Castle Rock. That's the best season of Castle Rock. When Annie Wilkes
Season
wrecks all
2.
the vampires.
Mhm.
Salem's Lot's number 2 for me, by the
All
way.
right.
We're not going to get this
Okay.
theme, Ryan.
I'm
I'm
we'll
not.
see.
I don't think. Oh, hold on.
We'll see.
Hold on.
Next movie,
Rooting for you now,
which
buddy.
may
You need this. You're sick.
very much hurt you guys with how you just ranked Salem's Lot.
Oh, sweet. No. Wow, how would that hurt me? Number 1.
It's not gonna hurt him, and I'll put this at number 2.
I
Oh no, I have
you're
number
love
2.
number
already.
2 is
No.
free.
I'll do number 2 for In Mouth of Madness. That's a good
All right,
movie.
this is another one though. Sutter Kane, Stephen King adjacent, but not really King.
Mhm.
This one is Eldritch. This is weird. This is so different.
All these movies
Yes!
have novelists in them.
Yes, good job, dude. Good job. Good job.
You know what? Salem's
right
Lot should
there.
have been the friggin'. That should have been the key because he's a
I
novelist.
didn't know that
who
there
goes
was a
back to
novelist and I
Jerusalem.
Spit on Your Grave, which is so dumb.
It's
of me.
her.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
think of that. I was too busy thinking about Demi Moore's butt.
Right, which means
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet that the two of you can guess what your number 5 is about to be. Any guesses?
Got a novelist. Yeah, maybe this is our redemption.
It's not.
That has a novelist. Oh, The Shining.
Shining,
and that
yeah.
should not be number 5.
Oh, that should not be
There's
number
a lot of King. Man, King
5
writes
either.
a lot of
No.
things with novelists.
There
in
were
it.
a couple
He's
I left
very on-
off too.
Yeah, he's got a ton.
The one with Johnny Depp.
Bag of Bones.
I would have.
Bag of Bones is there.
The one with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Secret Window, Secret Garden.
Yep, Secret Window. I was going to say Dreamcatcher for
I was
some
going to
reason.
say
That's
Rear
a whole other
Window, and
movie.
that's a completely different movie.
And that's kind of what Dreamcatcher is, to be honest with you. If you read it, you feel like your rear window was invaded. I wasn't a big fan of Dreamcatcher, film adaptation or the novel.
And it looks so good trailer-wise. They built
I
it
liked
up.
Under the Dome. I liked a bunch of his other stuff that got, like Doom McKee. I like those. Lizzie's Story I like a lot. Rose Matter I did not like.
Which one?
Rose Matter?
Oh,
It's a
okay.
weird one.
I thought you were saying Rosemary's Baby and got cut out, and I was like, oh, all
right.
right.
Rose Matter was so bad that I had trouble like remembering what it's about actually. But I've read everything Stephen King ever wrote. I think I got around to reading the Colorado Kid one. Like he had
Yep.
those things. He came out and I was wait.
Later, Colorado Kid and the Carnival one.
Yeah.
The Carnival one was supposed to be excellent. Later is, I think, the most interesting because it leads into The Shine a little bit
Yeah, it makes sense.
to show like The Shine is more. It's
He can't-
growing
he
during
can't
that
stay
time.
out of his own universe. And speaking of being in your own universe, this is Kinder right here. It's a short story collection. Where is it? There it is. Short story collection by Martin Kearns. He's an amazing author. You should talk about him all the time at dinner with your family and friends.
I haven't read the third novel in the Valor of the Valhalla series. I'm waiting for that. Reading Kinder on and off again. I do like that short story collection.
It's a good
I really
collection. I know because I wrote it.
do. It is.
Damn it.
Yeah, that.
Damn it.
You weren't supposed to say
That one's
that.
pure horror.
You
The
were
trilogy that
abort.
Ryan won't finish
Abort.
because he's not a good friend is dark fantasy horror adjacent. In the beginning, horror adjacent, and then really mostly dark fantasy
Yeah.
as you continue rolling.
If
Yeah,
I
you
read
gotta
it
mix up
before
horror
you,
in there.
You did?
I'm usually the last one.
Yeah. Speaking of bad friend,
I've been.
Cindy, if you're watching this, you're a good friend, Cindy. You're the best.
Oh,
Cindy reads them and
Cindy.
curates reviews and then asks me to read them. I can't read your reviews. It's against Amazon's policy. Just post what you feel, and she's very nice. But anyway, back to Sinister.
Too Sinister.
After getting absolutely ramrodded by that damn blind rank. So we got Ethan Hawke, the
I was gonna say,
least likable novelist ever, because he's a novelist who sold out. God, I can't wait. I would sell out in a second. All right. Phantom, if you're still in business, give me a call. I'll do anything you want. I'll write anything you want.
He sold out on the wrong reasons, though. Like, he had a job already. Okay, you don't want to write textbooks. Write the textbooks during the day and write your fiction, true crime at night. Make some money. He's like, no, I just want to be an artiste.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche.
But then he didn't even
He's-
want to be an
he's-
artiste.
Yeah, and then he's like,
No, he wanted to be true
he
crime.
went weird directions. Yeah, and then he basically just chased the money,
Yeah.
right? Because he had that big hit, true crime, and then he had to come up with his next big idea for the publisher.
As an author, he's kind of like a method actor. Like he has to like live the lives of the people moving in next door and then eventually
Yes.
into the actual murder house.
That's a good point.
Which he doesn't even tell his wife. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're like
Yeah,
a few houses.
yeah,
We're not
yeah.
living in the house.
Did you
Or we're not
move
near the
us in
crime.
2 houses down from the crime scene again? No.
No, 2 houses.
No.
And that reveal is
I mean, he's not lying.
that reveal was hilarious when he's like, no,
Oh, she's
they were
so
just hanging
funny.
outside. Don't worry.
She is so funny because, first of all, speaking of deputy, because they don't give deputy a name, they don't name the wife. The wife isn't listed. I don't even know the actress's name because she's not listed on the cast until you get to like 20 people in. So she's Ellison's wife, basically, for this podcast because we can't credit her.
Juliet. Juliet Rylance as Tracy
Yeah, there's
Oswald.
Tracy.
And
White Tracy.
James Ranthone as Deputy
And-
so
yeah, that's my
Listen,
favorite.
he's the star of Sinister 2, and they don't name him. He's credited
epic.
as Deputy so-and-so in the second one also.
So funny.
And James
Deputy Dooley.
Ransone is a really, really good actor. I feel like he's very underrated. He was Eddie in It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
He's Max in The Black Phone. And he's Ziggy Sobotka in the show The Wire in the second season, where they're focused on the docks. He's done some really good roles, and I feel like he doesn't get as much credit.
He needs a
as he
breakout
should.
in a big film. He needs a breakout in a movie that makes $200 million. I think that's
It was in Sinister too.
yeah. Well, that would be a bad thing to be in Sinister too. So I think his career's probably over, actually.
Before our thoughts, do you guys want to hear some other people's thoughts on this movie?
Sure, the fans here
Yeah, I'm ready.
enjoy hearing other people's thoughts on these movies.
Which I'm curious, was there a lot of 5 stars for this, or
There-
did you get a lot
There
of
was
1
a
stars? Or
pretty good mix of 5s and 1s. I don't spend a lot of
Okay.
time on the 5s, though, to be honest. I want the 1s. The 1s are the fun
Fair.
ones. The 5s are, the 5s are like this. 5 stars for Sinister. Absolutely loved the movie. I feel like it is really underrated, or maybe people have forgotten the actual feel of horror and fright. This movie really sets everything up in the most perfect way. And although it doesn't have many jump scares, which I would say is a good thing, still manages to scare a lot of part of me. I highly recommend it to every horror movie lover out there. Again, 5 stars for Sinister.
Hope those part of you really did get
A
scared.
lot of parts of him.
I hope he didn't find a box of videotapes upstairs in his
Box of
attic, 'cause
rocks.
that would be scary.
But as we know,
Super
someone's always gonna hate a movie. Here's one.
Well, before we do the 1 star, I like that you brought up the lack of jump scares. I feel like one of the things this movie did so well was build dread. And then when there were
Yes.
spooky moments, it was like, even though this is a terrible scene to reference for this reason, that scene in Signs when the alien walks by the camera and Joaquin Phoenix is watching it in the closet. That made everybody in the theater jump, though, because the buildup was done so well. And it was more impactful. Everybody remembers that, but nobody remembers when he saw the thing standing on the roof, because that was a generic jump scare. So like this Sinister does that really well, where it earns your terror in those ways.
You can have the jump scares, but you gotta earn. Like just throwing something out there that's gonna make you jump is not effective horror.
And Sinister does a good job building up that, like we said earlier, that thrill. It builds up the scary elements where when the jump scare does happen. But I feel like mostly the horror is directed to a lot of the film footage that Ellison watches. I feel like that's where more of the horror is, because it's that buildup of, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? What is Mr. Boogie?
Yeah.
Now.
The Boogaloo. Electric Boogaloo.
I just love the name, Mr. Boogie.
All right. One
star for Sinister. One of the worst horrors I've ever seen. Except I had to give up about halfway through, as it didn't deserve any more of my wasted time. It's beyond tedious. Being forced...
He didn't even make it to the best part.
But he didn't. Being forced to tolerate Ethan Hawke sifting through a seemingly never-ending abundance of cliched found footage, severing any investment I hope this film could have been, massively failing to live up to its best horror ever status, honestly. What on earth is so wrong with all you easily pleased horror junkies? The film is atrocious.
Whoa.
I gave up when some cheesy snake wriggles out of a box, thinking, I'm done here. Amateur cheap tricks already exhausted to death, and is why I largely quit the genre aeons ago, but fell for the bogus marketing. So I'm here to steer you well away.
Aeons.
It's so dull and carelessly unengaging. Completely bored my brains out.
Your brains might have already been out before everybody. So what they do say, though, does have some credence with the cliche stuff, but the cliche stuff is purposefully used, I should say, and it's well done. Ethan Hawke plays a remarkably unlikable character that is the centerpiece of this movie, and the movie works really well, for starters. And also, that's one of the reasons why the ending is so good, because you're like, oh, well, okay. But I don't buy the whole it ruins you or takes you out thing. The whole time you're focused on what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't love cliches, but they're cliches for a reason sometimes. They work.
Yeah.
They're effective.
This was a good use of them. But I cannot deny that they are there. They are there. And tropes. Lots of tropes.
Yeah.
they're there, but they're done in a way where it makes sense
Mhm.
for the story.
Yeah.
Like you see it, you're like, oh, this is okay, this is cool, and then it gut punches you. And again, I'll go back to it. The footage is where it gut punches you because you see a lot of this. Oh, everyone's
Mhm.
all happy. That's where the gut punch is, and it's right in front of you.
Mhm.
So they're Scott. What's his name? Scott. I want to mispronounce his name. Derrickson. He
Mhm.
just puts it right in front of you, through his direction as well as his writing, and it's very easy for the audience to get comfortable or kind of get
Mhm.
used to that
Yeah,
vibe that they're in,
and
that
I mean,
chilling vibe,
it's
and it's fair, I think.
coincidental that we reviewed that we're doing this shortly after doing Black Phone, which is sort of his evolution
Right.
in horror. Because
Which
Black Phone is a more complete movie, I think, than Sinister.
yes.
Yeah.
Sinister's good. Sinister's really good at what it does. For me, Sinister's not rewatchable particularly because I know what's going to happen. And that
It's also fair. It's
Okay.
also what ruins Sinister
yeah,
too.
that's what works
Yeah.
for Sinister the first time you see it for me. I went in blind, these things happened and it was effective. Watching it
You
after,
realize
you know.
Right.
I was gonna say, you were talking about his Blumhouse production evolution. Ethan Hawke plays a dick in each one of those
Mm.
movies. The Purge,
Yeah.
Sinister. I mean, he's the antagonist in the
Mhm.
Black Phone and the Black Phone 2, but his evolution of becoming more of a dick evolves till he becomes the villain. Because in the Purge, he's like, well, he's the one who creates the whole system, and then he's like, "Yeah, I got no worries. Just
Mhm.
hit the alarm. We're all good." And then he becomes like more into himself, narcissistic, I would say,
Nobody likes a
in this film,
narcissist either. It's
Sinister.
always fun to watch a narcissist die.
Mhm.
Hey, Lex Luger.
We even know a
Come
few
on, the
narcissists. Everybody knows a few narcissists, and they suck.
Yep. They do.
They're out there. They're out there, kids.
Yeah, they are. Like, I don't get it. You can, like I mentioned Lex Luger. He could have been a narcissist. He had the body, he had the looks, the titanium elbow. What? No.
No, I was thinking
Lex Luger?
Luger. I kept thinking Luther, so I was like, "Who the hell is he talking about?" I remember it like
He is a narcissist too, Lex Luthor, too. I mean, anyone named Lex is a narcissist, but I
suppose.
digress.
Is that short for Alex?
But yes, yeah,
It's
Alexander.
Lexapold.
Lexapold.
Luther
If
the
we-
third.
Lexapol Luthor.
But yeah, I think the fact that we get into the movie, we don't like Ethan Hawke's character the entire time, Ellison, who's like Ellison, the author, or Bret Easton Ellison. Maybe that's what they were going for there. His wife is struggling to like not want to murder him herself because he's such a dick. And then while this is going on, the found footage stuff's going on, and he's trying to piece together who killed the family. Well, not even necessarily. He's just investigating for the book. And he sort of stumbles on this entity that lives within the pictures, and he sees the entity in the pictures.
Yeah.
And then rolling forward through the plot, really, that's basically what we get. We get a little bit of him finding out, like, well, we know how the families unalive themselves or each other.
Yep.
And then when he's figuring
And
out,
they're rough. I
Oh, yeah,
mean,
man,
I just want to say you got like Pool Party 66, Barbecue 79, Lawn Work
That's the
86,
hardest
which
one.
is yeah, that is. I knew that was going to be the rough one when they showed that last. I was like, okay, Sleepy Time 98, that one wasn't as bad, and Family Hanging Out 11.
yeah.
Just the titles. The titles is what gets you. Like
And these are
how
the
they
video
introduce you.
titles, everybody, if you don't remember.
Yep, and it starts off with a bang with him investigating the family hanging out, but to go to the lawn work, like, you can even just hear it, you don't know what to expect. Is it a chainsaw? Is it hedge clippers? Like, because it's also the 80s, like, what are we doing here? And you see the push mower and the blood just go against like, that's my fear
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, falling and,
Getting-
you know?
Getting blended? Yes.
Yeah.
I had a neighbor that lost a
Yes.
finger that way.
That,
It
yeah.
stalled out. She flipped it over to try to get it unstuck, and she got it unstuck, but she hadn't like shut it off and got a finger.
That's why you flip it over, you get a
Mhm.
stick, you just
Well, you turn the engine
tap
off.
it a little bit.
Or
Well, yes, that too. Sorry,
Or
my bad.
it gets
Turn it-
stuck You turn it off, you walk away, you have a couple drinks, and you come back to it later.
Oh, then you lose the whole hand. So
That's
I worked with a one-armed
Death Mower
a
5000.
one-armed excavator operator named Joe Mike when I was a kid, when I was 22 or 23, and I was working this job where I used to dig up oil tanks. And then I'd have to get in the oil tanks and vacuum up the old oil. It was a worse job, but it paid enough for me to get through college. So I would go into this job, and Joe Mike was the wackiest, most irresponsible, and he had one arm from sticking his arm inside of the treads of one of the machines, and there was no lockout, tag out, or anything, and he ripped his arm off when the tread went. So he has his arm at the elbow. So he pushes the knobs and levers with this arm. He's got the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, the window open in this thing. And he leans over. He's got his left arm. So he's leaning over to get his pack of cigarettes in the machine, and he pushes the lever. So the boom of the machine comes over and hits me and knocks me into a 22-foot hole filled with oily water we're digging in this guy's yard. So I'm down there, and I'm just like, luckily it didn't hit me in the head or anything. Just like I took it on my shoulder and bent back and went in. And when I'm down there, I'm like, well, now I got to wait for this dummy to put the bucket down and get me. So I have to hold onto the teeth of the bucket and have it pull me back out of the hole and drop me next to the hole. So that's my fun story about losing fingers and arms. Sometimes the people
You literally worked.
who do that
You literally worked.
deserve to lose their finger.
You literally worked with the
Yeah, I
one-armed
did.
bandit, sir.
You better be
Joe
careful.
Mike did some wacky stuff.
Those one-armed guys kill lives.
One-legged,
Well,
one-eyed.
I don't think I've got a pretty good idea. It's been 23 years. About 20 years. He's definitely dead. There's no way he's still alive.
That level of recklessness doesn't have a
Until he
long
comes out in a
lifespan.
trench coat.
He had gray hair back then coming in, and that was a miracle. So there's my Joe Mike story. I wish there was a videotape of that. Kearns going in the hole. 2004.
I mean, we could recreate it if you want.
Jesus Christ.
No, thank you.
Sinister 3.
Thank you.
No, that's a big spill,
Yeah, my
man.
near-death experiences on the job site are hopefully behind me now.
Hopefully.
Between that one, that one. No thanks.
Yeah, nah. I'm too old for that stuff, too. Like, you think about it. Like, I jumped down a flight of steps for, like, a college video.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't do that no more.
college
And I missed one of the steps. We were shooting,
This wasn't
I'll
a
do it.
TikTok
World
kid.
War-
He was actually a film guy.
No. It was in college. We were filming a World War II video, and the shot we had was a Nazi soldier was going to get gunned down, and the person who was agreed to do it jumped ship. They were too afraid to take the fall. I said I would do it. We set up 2 mattresses, a couple mats, and I took the jump. Luckily, I only hit my lower back in between the steps, but the rest of the flight was good. Afterwards, I had a cigarette, and I was all good to go. But you're able to do that crazy. And then it's like as you get older, you're like, nope. No, not anymore.
No, you can't do it anymore.
Yes, you can.
It's also even just working hard.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
He just wants to watch us be in pain.
It just hurts a whole lot more. You can still do it.
It's true.
Let me ask you guys, what was, not trying to be sick or anything here, but which one of the found footage was like the one you were like regretting to see? I feel like me and Kearns have agreed on the lawn work. John, what was yours? Like when you saw it, was it the lawn work or was it like
I think it was
sleepy
the
time?
pool.
Really?
The pool is rough
I think it
too.
was the pool.
How they get dragged
Yeah.
in by their necks.
Yeah, I think it's
And there's
that
just-
one.
Because that one is also it's altered. They're altered. You can tell that something weird is going on. They're not being
Yes.
forcibly drowned. You know? Well, nah. It's tricky.
Well, yes and no. I feel like they get into this state, they're zoned,
Yeah.
and they're like except for spoiler, except for Allison, but the whole family seemed like they're in their whole zone, and they realize some of them are realizing what's going on, and some of them are just kind of going with what's going on. It's interesting.
That's good. It's That's what's the creepy aspect of it that puts this movie a few notches above where it would be otherwise. Those types of scenes, the way they did those small little bits of direction with the pool party scene and stuff. And you two bastards know I don't really like the idea of like blades lopping off large heaps of flesh and things like that after you made me watch Bring Her Back. You're such jerks. That movie, I wouldn't.
I didn't make you watch that. That was that
That's
guy.
true. Ryan did. Oh, that's like look at how happy he is. You suck.
You
suck. He's off.
You ignored me on that. I said it's a good movie, but it's not something we could ever do for the pod.
Yeah, we probably won't do that for the pod. It's just too
As-
demented.
It would be very hard
as a
to have
horror-
fun talking
as
about
a-
that.
As a horror movie enthusiast, you should at least watch it. And to be honest, like that being one of my favorite possession films,
Is it a
like
possession film?
overtopping The Exorcist,
Is
it's considered a possession film.
Is it?
Yes,
Or is it an old
It's
lady
an-
who
yeah.
tried some
It's an
voodoo
attempted
film?
possession film, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was talking
I
about
mean-
the kid, the knife fighter.
Mhm.
give us a comment, give us your vote, give us opinion. If you want us to see us do Bring Her Back, let us know. Everyone's been
You can let
vocal.
us
I
know
mean,
all
we
you
got
want.
we
I
got
didn't watch it.
listen, we got a comment today from a gentleman who follows us who mentioned they watched The Black Phone too. They said that was horrible, which
I
we
mean,
called it. Just
listen,
saying on that.
Yeah, we figured it was gonna
when
be.
you don't have to make sequels, Sinister 2, don't make sequels.
Yeah. Sinister too.
Black Phone 2 is very scarily, and I'll say it's scarily. It's scarily similar to Nightmare on
I
Elm
mean, it
Street.
kind of looks like it.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've read what they did. It is very
Pulling a
Nightmare on
Kearns
Elm
with
Street.
Nosferatu, and you're giving like a detailed description
straight.
and or opinion without having seen it first. I saw
I just
saw
saw Willem
18 minutes of
Dafoe.
it in the movie theater when I was watching the Mallard movie with my wife and kids. Where'd you go? I was just in the bathroom for a bit. All right.
So would you like to hear about
this-
somebody else who hated this?
Yes, and then we'll get to the end
I'm
of
interested.
the movie.
1 star for Sinister. I saw a review about the scariest movies of all time, and they put this at the top. The same list had Hereditary in the top 5, which I agree with. Hereditary was definitely one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. So I assumed this would be on par with that. What a laughable attempt at a horror movie. Yeah, the home movie scenes were a little disturbing, but everything else was predictable. I actually shook my head and laughed a few times during parts I assume were to be scary. Sinister gets a 1 out of 5 from me. Don't bother.
Jesus, man, these people are the worst.
Definitely
I didn't
bother.
like it, so it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and now I'm going back to bed. It's such a stupid. take.
Everybody
But these are the
everybody needs to
people-
qualify that
these are
stuff. Like,
people-
this has to be the worst or the best I've ever seen. You have the
It can't be okay.
If Sinister is
Mid.
the worst or the best horror movie you've ever seen, you need to watch a lot more horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so I could see 3. I could see 3.5. I could see 4. I could see 4.5. I could even see 5. I don't think it's a 5 myself, but yeah, like
I'll do
yeah,
4.
4. I think this is a 4 out of 5, an 8 out of 10. This is a solid B minus
I-
of a
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
That's what a
Oh,
4 out of
no.
5
No,
is.
I would give it a
But
B.
that's what an 80 is. An 80 is a B
That's
minus.
why you need-
all right.
An
That's
83
4
to-
and- 4.5.
83 to an 86
That's why
is a
you
B
need
minus.
0.25.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's why you need the 0.25 matters.
I go about a 3.5 for Sinister. Yeah, the quarter.
3.5,
the quarter is
all right.
necessary.
Every little micro
3.5.
increment.
4.15
4.1563.
Oh, Lord.
set to the second square.
Very nice. Very nice. But this movie was enjoyable. My wife and I she hadn't passed all the tests yet at the time. She wasn't quite wife
You didn't do-
material yet.
You didn't do the door test
So,
yet,
no, I
did you?
didn't- Where you kick her out of the door
she
and
unlock
see if
you?
she can find her way back in. And if she does, you
No, it's
run.
the Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
She gotta have her unlock the door as she
No,
walk.
man,
I had
it's
a-
2020. It was 2012. I unlocked with my
Oh.
doohickey and got in the car.
I've done that.
She and I were in a dark parking lot at like 11:45 at night after this movie in the same theater I still go to, actually. And we were sitting under a streetlight and we just sat in the car for a while. We're like, that was a scary movie. That was a really scary movie. And it was funny. I remember that. We sat there talking about it for a long time. We lived together at the time, so we
See?
drove home together. But
Oh, okay.
I didn't like
I
drop
was
her
gonna
off.
say you're taking your dates on horror movies. My
used to do that.
dates at the time were like, "What movie do you want to go see?" "Oh, I want to go see Inception." "Really?" "Yeah."
Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
used to do that. Take them to the horror movies.
My date fell asleep on that one. I was like, "Yeah, I love this
She's
movie.
in a
This
dream
is
within a
great."
dream, Ryan.
She was in a dream. I might be living in a dream world. I don't know. I haven't woken up.
I haven't woken
Gonna
up
wake
yet.
up. It's 1995.
But oh,
My Game
Lord.
Boy's on with Pokemon Red. But getting back to
He's not a lot of
we're talking
Benadryl,
about
everybody,
Sinister.
so give him some time.
Yes.
If you
We're
haven't
talking
noticed,
about
Ryan's
Sinister.
sick. Just so everybody knows, and he's out here. He's out here in these
Yes.
streets for you people.
I am.
For
I
you
am.
people.
Listen.
And Ethan Hawke.
I'm a horror magnet. Definitely Ethan
Wait,
Hawke,
you're
not
what
Guy
magnet?
Pearce.
No,
Not Guy Pearce.
Okay.
What? I'm a horror
yeah,
magnet.
he said horror. He did say horror.
That R at the end
Don't-
is important to get on there.
yeah, horror.
So, listen, in Ryanism, when I say horror, it comes out as the other one.
Horror.
It comes out as horror.
And
Horror.
plus his nose in
Horror.
tummy. So, all right. So, finish what you were saying about the movie, so we can talk about the end.
Well, that's what I was going to connect to,
Alright,
actually.
good deal.
With the ending, each of these deaths happen in a different city. So each time a family moves into the house, a death occurs, family moves in, they take the curse with them. So when we get to the end, Ellison is kind of realizing all the shit is going down. He's got to get his family out of there. Deputy so-and-so basically helps him so-and-so. Deputy so-and-so
Literally his
gets
name.
him to the
Factually accurate.
His
Yes.
whole existence is sort of a problem to me, because at the beginning
Really?
at the beginning of the movie, you get Fred
He's like
Thompson
your-
as the sheriff coming out there and sort of warning
Yes.
Ellison away, and it's brought up that he has frequently portrayed police in a bad light in his books. And then out of
Yes.
nowhere, here comes Deputy so-and-so to offer help. I'll help
It's
you.
his biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan.
Deputy
Can
Derrickson.
you sign the book for me? Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty quality stuff. And then, yeah, and he's supposed to add a little bit of dread too, I think. A little bit of like outside sort of influence.
Mhm.
Something to worry about that's not necessarily the monster. He serves a few functions, I suppose. The fact that they don't, so the movie that's super tropey and has tons of cliches has deputy so-and-so, I feel like that's intentional.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
It's so useless we don't even name him. He's the cop, guys.
Because, I mean, in the first one, he is pretty useless. He doesn't,
What does he do to help them?
eventually he warns him, hey, you should probably
Eventually,
get
yeah.
out of here, but
I mean, yeah, but that's just based on like a
Like,
lot of
too
weird
late.
stuff's happening to you guys. You should leave.
But I'll also say the other thing that always pulls me out of the mood of this movie is how much evidence Ellison has that the police don't have. And instead of
Yeah.
turning it over, he's going to use it for his book and to make the police in this town
Well,
look bad.
Yeah, that's like his whole shtick.
Yes.
That's something a person like him would do, though.
Mhm.
Yes.
And there's nothing that's made that more evident than the times in which we live. Like the people who are self-profiteering over being humane in any way are way more abundant than I thought they were when I was a much younger, more naive man. They just have more means now.
Yes.
But
It's true.
as we get to the end of the movie, we see the culmination of his investigation. His wife should have left him. Does she actually?
Yep.
Yeah, she does finally leave
No.
him. No.
No.
Yep.
No. He finally he goes along with her and he's like, we gotta get out. She's like, thank
Well,
God.
she
yeah,
should
I'll
have
do
left. She
textbooks.
should have left them.
She should
That was
have
a fatal
left.
mistake. And then they how do they end up in the attic?
Well, they don't. They end up back in their old house.
Yeah.
They move back in, and Ellison has a nice cup of tea, and there's green residue in it, and he gets knocked out by
gets
a
knocked
possessed
out. He
Ashley.
gets up again.
He did not get
Ashley's
up
his
again.
kid. And then he's not getting up again. That was the. I want to
you,
clip
sorry.
that out for the promo.
Just like
They-
loop that sneeze.
We need to get tryptophan or what? No, tryptophan's the stuff that's in turkey, right? We need to get him some like Tamiflu.
Yes.
Tamiflu. Oh, look at him. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't gonna.
No, it's
We gotta
okay.
wrap this up. All right. So the movie ends before Ryan dies. How does Ethan Hawke die?
I'm on Dayquil.
Yeah.
If you guys are
It's-
sick, use Dayquil or the CVS
Recording
brand.
at 9:31 at night. Please stop taking Dayquil. It's just caffeine. It's just
I got to
caffeine.
tell you, we are not
it.
getting a Dayquil or NyQuil sponsorship, so you don't have to call them out.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's the CVS brand, so maybe CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid.
You know, like
Not even Rite Aid.
for a
Rite Aid's
horror
gone.
movie, kids. What we like to do is we like to take our NyQuil, heat it up in the microwave,
I like it all warm.
makes the syrup go
By the
down,
road.
coat your throat.
The road. Why am I picturing? Oh, the
It's from
guy.
Pet Cemetery,
Oh.
that damn road.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
that's
Fred-
when you
Fred
take too
Will.
much NyQuil, you see him.
Damn road. That damn road. I'm down to see him. Fred
Yeah,
Quinn.
Fred Quinn,
Come on
yeah.
now.
So anyway, back to
I
the
don't want
movie.
to see him now.
So they're at his house. He gets knocked out. Yeah, it's true. He's dead. So they get knocked out. But you know
Yes.
who isn't?
Not Tim Curry.
Curry.
Nope.
Thank you.
Still alive.
Tim Curry's alive and well. Even to insinuate that he might not be is just terrible. So they're in the house. They've been drugged by their child, and they wake up in the
Living
I thought it
room
was the
with
attic.
a roaring
Right, it
fire.
is the living room. Why did memory tell me it was an
Living
attic with
room,
a fireplace? Dummy.
And she comes out of nowhere with an axe and she goes chopping, making Alice famous again,
does.
which is a great line.
Well, you got there too quick. Didn't Sinister teach you anything? You got to build to it,
Oh.
Ryan. He wakes up, but is it just his children with the axe in there? Does he see Mr. Boogaloo, Electric Boogaloo?
No, Mr.
Okay,
Boogie,
no
but
Mr.
Tracy and Trevor.
Tracy and Trevor are there. You get to connect the dots that they've been led to
Yep.
do this by their demon friend,
Yep.
Mr. Boogaloo.
And then they, Mr. Booga
Booga,
Booga
booga,
Booga.
booga. They kill the hell out of their
Why am I
parents.
thinking of-
That's how it ends.
Mhm.
The axe coming down, and then you're in the theater. Like I thought it was a perfect ending.
Don't forget. No, she fingers paints. She finger paints on the wall,
Afterward, with
with their
blood,
blood.
you're right. You're right. Then it
Yep.
ends.
and she puts the Bagul
You
symbol
can't say
on the
fingers
middle of the.
paints. You can't
Why?
start any statement with she fingers after we said the movie's over and they're dead.
She
Ryan says
fingers
she fingers
paint.
paint. Yeah, fingers. She's allowed to get away with this because he's delirious right
He's
now.
allowed to get away with it because he's Ryan.
She paints with her finger.
Fingers the paint.
She paints with her finger.
Oh my god. I have to be able to click the okay for audiences under 18 button.
House painting
Oh
12.
my goodness. Oh man,
That's
that's
the
Sinister,
title.
guys. Watch it.
Mhm.
Watch.
It is. It's
If
a
you haven't
great
seen it,
film.
Watch it
I'm
and
very
then stop watching
Yes.
that franchise.
Yes, because what you get
Yes.
in the second one is the blatant Ghost Kids influence. They show the Ghost Kids the whole way. It's not like it's not
cool.
implied. It's just
Yeah.
in your face.
You saw that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little lint or a little cat hair.
Cat hair.
It's like he's like
These little
ghost children. Do you have ghost children in your house? Are you
Are they
watching the
angry?
Super 8 films,
They're
John?
angry.
Don't.
Oh no, I forgot to turn on my backlight. Got through the whole
No.
podcast without
Right.
my old backlight. That's how we're broadcasting. All right, so Ashley fingers paint and then roll credits. Sinister is a success. Ethan Hawke's, it's tricky to play a role like that where you're so unlikable, but that makes the movie better because then your next movie, are you a jerk again? Are you a good guy? And he is kind of been typecast.
got a lot of range.
I think he's typecast in horror because when you think about some of the other
now
stuff
he is.
he's been
Yes.
in, like Training Day, he's the noob. Before Sunset, before Sunrise, before whatever the other one is before, he's just the lead love
Yep.
interest guy. He's like, he's really mostly just a dick in horror movies.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Dude,
no
Or the
good at
antagonist.
being
Cool.
a traditional leading man. He's never going to be one of the
No.
Avengers. He couldn't be
No.
Hawkeye. He couldn't be an action star, but he can pull off the action scenes in Training
Mhm.
Day. So, like, he's an interesting
Yeah.
dude. He's a great actor. He's always been a great actor. He's got a hell of a pedigree. Wasn't he in Dead Poets Society? Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
he goes back. And so he knocks him out of the park, and Blumhouse knows what they got.
Mhm.
And they're holding. And I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
they
Black
do.
Phone was great.
Mhm.
Black Phone was good. Sequel. I mean, we'll eventually cover it, but
Or we won't.
I mean, from
I don't think we
it's
should.
50-50
I
because
think we should
people
just say that it's
I
really
mean,
bad right now. Well, first we have to watch it
people love it,
collectively.
but I feel like it's repeating. It's a repeat, like we said. You're copying something that's already
mean,
been done
Charlotte.
and
But
giving it a new
that's the
I
spin.
thing.
just
You're
had the list
copying
up
something
today.
that was done 40 years ago, and a lot of young people today
Yep.
are not going back and watching the old ones. So you just
Ew, definitely
you
not.
just update it to
Which
something
is
new.
disappointing.
It's hard when you have a generation that is TikTok and Reels to then go back to something from the 80s that builds a little slower, is paced a little differently. It's hard.
It's true. It's true. You gotta be. It's like black and white film. You have to watch it as a young age and go through that whole generation and that whole linear style of like film. I mean, I was introduced to black and white
Yeah.
and color simultaneously, so it's like I'm used to it. I think black and white's better
I
in
hate-
some cases.
Yeah. Depends.
I had seen The Godfather multiple times by the time I was 10.
Wow. Well, you're different than
That's
most
cool.
people,
Well, I mean,
though.
my
have a capacity for film.
my dad also worked in the film industry, so there was a lot of like, here's the movies I love, so you get to watch them over and over and over and over again.
That's cool.
Did you ever?
Very
This is, like,
romantic.
fun
story right
trivia
there,
question.
actually. What's that?
I was gonna ask if he's ever seen part 1 and part 2 when they blended it together in
Watch the blend.
1975.
I won't
You never
watch
seen
it.
that one?
I prefer them as separate movies.
No. It's so good. It's interesting because you get the beginning of
Yeah,
part 2
like,
and then part 1 and then the final
I'm
of
sure
part
it
2.
is because the material they're using is amazing, but I like them as
Yes.
separate movies more.
Yeah, fair
That
on
is
that.
fair.
It's like a 6-hour like trope,
Well, that's
6-hour
the other.
film actually.
I can't sit 6 hours through anything.
The Irishman was probably the longest thing I've
Yeah.
watched start to finish, and it was like on the holiday break. I think it was like Christmas break or
Mhm.
something. And I remember watching it all. I paused it a couple times to get food, and I was like, "This is hard." It was really good too. And I was like, "Oh,"
Mhm.
and promptly,
Just
like,
too
my
long.
body was like, "Guess what? You haven't moved, and now we have blood clots. You better get
There
out of
you
here."
go. So do you
All
want
right,
to
guys? So that's
do you want to close out
Let's do
Sinister
one
with
last
somebody who hated it?
or somebody who loved it?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
sure.
do
I only
hate.
have
I like
hate.
these idiots.
Let's
I
do
only
hate.
have hate left, guys. You know that.
Nice. And then we'll do our top fives. Let's get to
1
it.
star for Sinister. Watched this show during a sleepover. Don't recommend watching if you're interested in jump scares, since the movie is mainly focused on thriller storytelling. This movie was as close to a bedtime story. It was more effective at making me sleep than my history teacher's lessons. And
Might need to get back
I'm-
to paying attention in class.
I mean,
there,
I-
Scooter.
I'm going to go out on a
Yeah.
limb and say this is the exact generation we were just talking about. That, it's
I
short
agree.
attention spans. You need action, little bit of development, action, little bit action. And that's,
This
where we are.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, that's why I call them TikToks,
Mhm.
because they can't keep their attention on anything that doesn't have a dopamine
talkers.
spike to it. Like, we were forced to sit and endure moments of quiet and inactivity
Mhm.
and things
Yeah.
like that, and we had to fill the void with things like our imaginations. And I'm not saying this to make Gen Z feel bad. Obviously, we're not nearly as good at that as our counterparts. It's just that the boomers are so evil and they're destroying the world that we don't talk about that superpower of theirs. And if there's any listening, I don't feel bad about saying that. Fix your friends. Fix your friends. It's a problem.
It's
So-
true.
Yeah,
So-
like I mean, it is what it is. Every generation is a product of the generation before it. If you don't
Yeah.
like how this generation of kids is acting, look in the mirror. You raised them.
Or didn't. I think that's
Yeah.
part of it. They're tablet kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids get way too much screen
millenn-
time, but we still like they're still running around the house breaking stuff all day.
But yeah,
I
like,
feel like
that,
us millennials
that's normal
have
kids.
that.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I want. It
Yeah.
drives me crazy, and it would be easier to just let them be on Minecraft all
Mhm.
day, but it's like you can't do that. And then
No.
I tried to get them to watch The Goonies, and granted, 4 and 6 at the time, they just didn't have the bandwidth for that type of film yet. And I was like, okay.
You gotta show them Batman 1989. Just put it right in there.
That might actually scare Charlie too much. My youngest.
All right.
That-
Try not
Burton?
to
Yeah,
scare him.
Burton's. How about Edward Scissorhands? We'll give him that.
No, that freaked me. No, that
Freaked
freaked
us
me
all
out
because
as
we
a
all
kid.
watched it way too young. Like Child's Play. Watched
I
that
mean-
as like a 5-year-old.
You guys watched Edward Scissorhands too young. It was like
Yeah,
17
you were, like,
when that
perfect.
came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's a date movie for
Eh,
you.
it's a great movie. It's just when Winona Ryder. I mean that. Yeah, that got me.
When he smices her, we're gonna say smices.
He's
It's a
he's
spicy,
slice and
spicy.
dice.
All right, let's get into the top
Spicy.
5. Sinister's a good movie. You 1-star people are dumb. I'd say 4 is solid if you're doing out of the 5 system.
4-star.
8.5 if you want to be super nice. I don't know if it gets there because of how tropey it is and stuff, but
Yeah, it's a 3.5
anything
for
from
me,
7
from
to
me,
8.
which is
Yeah,
fine. Like that's a fine
that's-
movie.
that's
It's
a 70.
enjoyable.
I enjoy, and
Give it a
for what
4.
was coming out at the time, I think is what really kind of propelled it even further. It was a nice breath of fresh air.
Mhm.
It was a
Yes.
surprise, and we enjoy surprises in this business, my friend. All right.
Yes, we do.
Ryan is very sick, so he's going to get through his
Well-
top 5 very quickly tonight, everybody.
I am, but John might have some statements because this is a part 2. This is One Was Enough, part 2. Yes, this is part 2 in our weekly series of One Was Enough. And I'm going to start it, and I'm going to get John all giddy and stuff. I'm going to start with The Descent. Number 5, One Was Enough. Yeah, and
That
'cause
is good.
John watched The Descent. He watched The Descent too, and I've seen these two movies when they first aired back in 2005, and I think the second one aired 2007.
2009.
2008.
Yeah, something like that.
2009.
2009. Okay. So the first film, real quick, plot follows 6 women who enter an uncharted cave system and struggle to survive against the monstrous creatures inside. So you just needed one film. How it ends, spoiler, she makes it out alive. She's really not a good person, but through all the torture
Sarah's a
she
pretty
goes
good
through,
person. She's a tormented person. I don't blame her for any of the stuff that happens with Juno because by the time she
okay.
cripples Juno has already slept with her husband and
That is a
and
no-no.
led to the ending of her friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
Sa-
I
Sarah's
accept
a,
it.
Sarah's
I
a,
accept
a
it.
survivor.
Yeah. Well, that's like the whole thing.
Mhm.
That's what. Well, let's not get crazy. I want this top 5 to last less than 10 years. So, what's your 4th movie, buddy?
Fourth one, it's a little weird. So I prefer the sequel more, but we didn't need another one. Was Paranormal Activity?
Okay.
We didn't
I-
need like
fair.
6 or 7 more.
Your third
So
one of that
this is
took a
where I-
Rosemary's Baby turn too, and I was like, "How dare you? How
Yes, it
dare
did.
you? You are
The
not
second
good enough
one-
film for this attempt."
No, the second one was peak. The first one kind of gets you, and the second one really hits you. If the second one was the first film, they could have just done it there, called it a day.
Yeah.
But the first is just you build it up, you get the shocking scene at the end, and it works for the sequel. But we don't need any more after the first one. You made your point. We thought it was real, which
It's real to me.
goes to my number 3.
It's real to me.
My ex forced me to watch it, and her parents were away, and we were in their house was huge. They're rich. The house was huge, and she was like, "We're gonna watch this film," and I was like, "All right." And she's like, "All right, I'm going to bed." I'm like, "All right, I'll be up a little bit." She's like, "No, you're coming to the room. I'm not. We're not playing this game." I'm like, "You're really afraid of this movie.
Paranormal Activity.
It's obviously
Wouldn't
fake.
she not want you in there? Because now you're just going to stand up and stare at her while she sleeps.
That's what I would have done all
Which
night.
is probably what you.
That's exactly what I
That's
did.
what she
and
ended up doing to
I
you.
got kicked out of the
Oh
room,
God, that's terrifying.
making sure I don't escape. Which, well, number 3 is going to be a shocker for you guys. It's a shocker for me, but one was enough. Is Puppet Master.
Nice.
I
I
love
could
Puppet
get behind
Master.
this concept because it did get ridiculous.
I can definitely get behind this concept. I just can't believe whose mouth it's coming out of.
It's true. Ryan loves this
Yeah,
franchise.
but I do love the franchise, but if we're going from a film perspective, one was enough. The third one, I do love the third one, but if you watch each movie, everything gets changed. They changed Toulon's story. He was alive. Toulon was alive before World War II, then he died during World War II, but he was alive after. It's all over the place.
Cats and
And it's
dogs
like,
living together.
yeah, it's just the first one was enough, and it also connects with the next one, Children of the Corn.
Oh, that one definitely should
Number
not have had a
2.
sequel.
Or
And you
8.
want to talk about Jen,
Malachi.
the
What's his
remake.
name?
Malachi, those who walk behind the.
So dumb. The concept of a bunch of freaking farm kids, not even just farm kids, but like a bunch of kids with reapers is terrifying. And that whole, like, the youth we were just talking about not understanding or like our differences with other generations, that's been a fear forever. Hey kids,
And they tried to remake it. They tried remaking it for this generation and it didn't work.
That movie couldn't
And
work. I don't think again.
I was excited for it. I thought, okay, they're trying it. They made Malachi into a female antagonist, more possessed. I was like, okay, we're doing a little different here. Cool. And it just dropped.
Yeah.
Very much like this one. My number one movie.
Jaws.
We didn't need another one. No, we're not. We're not touching Jaws. No, I'm not feeling froggy for this one. That'll be part 3. But it's Final Destination. I like the second one.
I didn't like the first one.
I think. Well, I didn't like the first one either. I avoided planes for a while after that.
I guess it
and
worked.
alleyways.
No, even that, like
but
that and Urban Legend and stuff. That was a tired movie model of just continuously pumping out different crap. But anyway, that could have been a one and done. I agree.
It was pretty good. It was written by Jeffrey Reddick. Originally, it was supposed to be an X-Files episode, but it got pushed off. And ironically, a coworker I did work with before I joined you guys, he was a screenwriter, and he knew Jeffrey Reddick, who actually wrote the screenplay, part of the screenplay, and they were both in. They were trying to get who did this. I'm trying to get the name of the studio. New Line Cinema. They had 2 scripts with New Line Cinema. One was Final Destination, known as another title, and it was my coworker's. It was like an ambulance drama action script, and Final Destination basically got the pull by this much.
Okay.
Because they were against Final Destination. They're like, this is a stupid concept. We'll go with the ambulance one. And then one person walked in and said, Final Destination's the way to go. So it's a little cool story from an old coworker. But again, death takes the lives of everyone. We have a scene in the sequel that logs are flying everywhere. Makes me not want to drive on on any highway in the morning, night, or afternoon. But again, one was enough. I am so happy John is not angry at my list this week.
I don't have a lot to argue with there. I could do without most of the Final Destination movies, if not all of them.
The first one is unique for what it is. The second one is basically a remake of the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think the allure of the Final Destination movies is simply the ways they get rid of characters.
Yes. No tanning beds for me.
All right.
Or roller coasters.
But
what's your list, buddy?
You got one of my lists already as the blind rank, because I wanted to do novelists, authors in horror movies, but I wanted it to be have a few more obscure movies than that had. So instead, I went with demons.
Okay, I like this.
So
Also go
Demon
fast
Knight?
though for Ryan's sake.
number 5, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness.
That's an oft overlooked Carpenter property right
Mhm.
there.
Yes, it is. And
Yeah,
Donald,
Donald
Pleasance is
You
in
get
it. It's
an Alice Cooper
good.
cameo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the description sort of sounds like the beginning of a joke. A priest and some physics students investigate a mysterious green liquid in the basement of an abandoned church. The liquid contains the essence of Satan, and even worse, Satan wants to release his father, the anti-god.
The
I forgot he was
anti-god.
called the
Anti-god.
anti-god.
I mean, I guess they got tired of saying Satan.
Yeah.
Which is literally
Who was
what
it, John?
literally means anti-god
Mhm.
or the adversary.
Was John Carpenter and
Or
Deborah
Muggles.
she wrote
Mhm.
Deborah Hill wrote it. Yep, I was gonna
All
say.
right, so no more of the Satan. Number 4.
Number 4 is
Anti-god.
a movie that's coming up on our calendar. It's Baskin.
Oh, cool. I was curious about that.
Mhm. So,
I looked at the list today.
unsuspecting Turkish police officers responding to a strange call stumble upon a door to hell and a black mask
I did see Baskin.
in an abandoned building. It's one of the creepier, more unsettling movies I've seen in a long time. This one kind of got me a
Yeah.
little bit.
Wait, we're gonna be
It's a-
able to talk about Baskin but not bring her back? Come on now.
Well, body horror. Compare the two body horror wise. Which one is worse?
Bring her
A
back.
knife.
We
a
don't have to
mouth.
describe it.
Yeah.
Bring her back's way worse than Baskin.
Bring Her Back is way, way worse.
Bring her back. You're so.
I'm-
I don't like body horror. I don't like body horror. Not that I'm squeamish either, but this one was such a rough watch.
Mhm.
I knew the
For
tabletop
two-
scene would get you. That's why I didn't tell you. I warned you about the knife
I
scene. at
texted
least.
them as I was watching it, and I was like giving
I
them play by
warned you
plays,
about
and
the
I
knife
guarantee
scene.
you Ryan was laughing his ass off.
I warned
That's
him.
why I wrote
I
back to
warned
you
him about
quickly.
one scene, but not the one that was really gonna mess him up.
There was like 4.
The knife scene was the worst for me. Sorry.
It wasn't the
Not-
worst for me.
Not the
It
it
got
was
worse.
the piss scene, wasn't
Like,
it?
that's
There's like 5.
it was the psychological
5
stuff
of
in
them.
Bring Her Back that got me way more than the body stuff.
Yes.
Well, that was, but
Yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah.
Like that part if they done
Yeah.
that instead. But I think at the end I was like,
Yeah.
F this movie. They could have done this without being so over the top with this. And it would have been a good movie too. Anyway, moving on.
Number
I think it's like, what is it? What's the studio?
A24.
A24's, I'm done with them for a while for that. All right, John, sorry.
Okay,
Number 3.
number 3. We go to a movie with the Queen, Linnea Quigley. It's Night of the Demons.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Teenagers partying on Halloween night in an abandoned funeral home unintentionally summon a demon that possesses Angela before setting upon the rest of the teens. And it's one of the more notable things in Night of the Demons. Black guy lives.
Yeah, that's like a
He runs.
yeah. He gets out of
He
there, but that's at the
runs.
end. He makes it through the whole
Yeah.
movie. He gets over the
Yeah,
wall, doesn't
yeah.
he?
Yeah.
He leaves her behind.
Isn't that the one? So that's the one I always get confused with. Fright Night. When I was a kid, I always thought they were the same movie. Like I thought Fright Night was Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons has the end with the apple.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a cool ending for a movie.
And
That jerk old man.
you just put Jerry Dandridge in my mind eating an apple. That movie's got to come up though. Night of the Demons on our
It
list
does.
eventually.
It
We've
does.
mentioned it too
I
many
was a
times.
formative film for me in many ways.
Many ways.
Wow.
Many
Many
ways.
Told you I got yelled at by my father for touching that video.
What else you touched? Come under my bed,
That's-
Ryan.
That's not the only thing about that movie I want to touch.
Oh, it's funny your audio cut off just at that exact time. It's probably YouTube mods ahead of time. It's just
They were like, we know where this
it's
is going.
shaky. All right, let's get to number 2.
Number 2. No
Deuce.
no description required. It's The Exorcist.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And
Name that demon. What's that demon's name?
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. Was it Mr. Bugaloo?
Mr. Boogie.
Pazuzu.
Mr. Boogie.
Woogie.
Mr.
Okay.
Boogie doesn't
Yeah.
sound good.
I mean, The
sorry.
Exorcist. Is
Yeah,
so
and
good.
the only reason The Exorcist, the couple
That
reasons
is-
The Exorcist isn't number one is everybody knows The Exorcist. You don't need me to hype The Exorcist.
Yeah.
You know what it is. You know it's one of the best, not just one of the best horror movies ever made, but probably one of the best movies ever made. It does.
Yes.
The Exorcist
Well-
doesn't need attention, but my number one should get more attention, and my number one is Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Preach. That's
In a minute
I've
now.
seen that movie multiple
So-
times.
On Halloween night, Jack Delroy, host of a nightly talk show called Night Owls, attempts to revive his sagging ratings with a scary show, including a possessed girl. Things go horribly
It's
wrong.
so good.
David, let's see if I can get this
Horrendous
name right. I tried to listen to it all day, and I don't think I have it. David Desmalchian is spectacular.
That's good. That's perfect.
as
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yes, he is. That's another actor who's very underrated, who's done
Mhm.
small like roles. Like
It's the movie
To
with
be
the weird
real-
face, guys, because Basal Bazi has also got a weird face. Ian
yeah, he
Bliss
does.
does
I
too.
mean, yeah, he does. But I mean, he really came out with his roles in Ant-Man, the two Ant-Mans, and his little appearance in The Dark Knight, his like TV show appearances. I'm happy he finally got a good role.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Some he can show his acting techniques and stuff, and he does a phenomenal job. I mean, like I said, I've seen this movie a few times. I've also seen it when I was sick last year. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning watching it because I was just like, it's so good.
Or Ryan.
There's a beautiful steelbook edition of that I got.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
We need to get Brian to bed, everybody.
One other steelbook you should guys should go look for on Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive. Is the Stir of Echoes steelbook with a lenticular cover. It's so pretty,
That's cool.
and it looks
Oh,
so
Dirty,
good in
let me use big
4K.
words. Lenticular.
It's so good.
Well, Stir of Echoes is a great movie, underrated movie because
Mhm.
of the time period it came out, like sort of the stars that are in it.
Well-
It doesn't feel like a horror movie.
It came out
but
at
it
the
is.
same year as Sixth Sense too, so it lost some of the attention
Yeah.
there.
but it's arguably on par.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
without the twisty
inarguably
twist.
on par.
What a
Yeah,
twist.
nice, John. Well, that means that it's right. That's the correct take then,
It,
because John's opinion
it
is
is
law on
it is
Xenomania.
on par with Sixth Sense.
If
Like
you'd
it
like to
better, I
argue
think.
with John, join our page. Yeah, no, Stir of Echoes is a
like-
fantastic movie. And probably going to be on the list at
Yes.
some point in 2026.
Mhm.
But I digress, guys. That's all we got for you tonight. So Ryan can live. We're gonna go. But thank you. That was
Have a good one.
Sinister. There's no Sinister 2.
No.
Adios.
We don't leave until you see it, John.
See ya.
Oh no, I don't think so.
See ya. See ya.